what's up? My name is Trina and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Friday, June 9th, 10:15 in the morning, and I thought I'd spice things up a little bit and do a get ready for me that feels like we're on FaceTime. Also known as, I'm probably going to overshare for however long this video is. If you're not someone who's been watching my channel for a long time, you're probably like, Trina, where the frick are you right now? I am at my beach house that I come to every summer. This is my room. Got my little platypus, my guitar. The lake is literally right in front of me, which is really pretty. So I'm basically just gonna be talking about like whatever. I'm probably gonna go all over the place because that's kind of how my mind works. So the first thing I want to talk about is college and kind of like talk about my freshman year a little bit because I feel like I haven't really done that on here. I had a lot of fun, but the first like 3 months I'd say of my freshman year were not fun. Because if you didn't know, I was on the dance team when I first got to school. That's the whole reason I picked the school that I went to. And I ended up like hating the dance team. Not the people, but just like the actual dance team was not for me. And so I had to come to like a really hard decision of like if I leave or not, which took me a long time to make and was a really hard decision for me. That was probably like the hardest decision I've literally ever had to make. Also, I was having a hard time making friends. Like I was becoming friends with different people, but none of them were like clicking with me. Do you know what I mean? Like I tried being friends with a lot of different types of people and it just wasn't working until I found my group of people, which were international friends, and that's like Valentina and everything. And actually, I'm gonna tell you guys a story that's kind of like a little crazy. I actually was going to leave my school and transfer because I was that unhappy. I was not making friends. And my dad told me one day, I really wanted to leave. He's like, give it one more week. Like for me, give it one more week. And I was like, okay. And I think it was like the last day of the week that I said that I would do for him. And I stopped going to the cafeteria by myself because I like didn't like to eat alone. Since it was going to be my last day, I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go eat in the cafeteria. I go in the cafeteria and I eat at this table. It's like a 2-person table, right? I'm sitting there eating whenever this girl comes up to me. And she's like, can I sit here? And it was Valentina. And I was like, sure. And we like really hit it off. Like we talked about Harry Styles and stuff. And literally that like interaction right there is the whole reason that I decided to stay at school. Which I think is crazy because Valentina literally became my best friend at school. That was wild to me. So then after that, everything went uphill. I made more friends and everything. So like people say it takes time. It really does take time. And like for a long time I thought I had no friends, which wasn't true. I had friends, but I wasn't finding friends that I was clicking with. Because I look back and I was like, I did have friends. Like I was hanging out with people. But it felt like I didn't because I wasn't clicking with them. So if you're going to school, you're worried about friends, you need to really give it time. I know everybody says that, but it's true. Also, going along with the whole theme of school, let's talk next semester. So I go back to school August 20th, which is actually a day after my birthday. And my birthday this year is kind of cool because my birthday is August 19th, which is my golden birthday because I'm turning 19. I go back to school August 20th and I'm doing this thing for my school called O-Team, which is basically like you welcome the incoming freshmen to the school. And there's like a whole thing we have called Welcome Week. I move in, I think from 9 to 4 and I get on a bus. I go to U of M for this conference. I'm back at like 10 o'clock and then my whole week starts next day. It's gonna be wild from the day that I get there. Honestly, when my friends convinced me to do this, I never really planned on doing this. So it'll be interesting because I have to be the outgoing one because my partner is a really cool person, but sometimes he's not very outgoing. And they try to pair like someone outgoing together with someone who's not super outgoing. And that means that requires me to be the outgoing person, which I've gotten more outgoing for sure. But sometimes I just don't feel like it. And on that note, what I plan to do for vlogging is I really want to vlog more like this next year because I hardly vlogged my freshman year. I think I was just like really overwhelmed and really adjusting and like just having fun for once. Like when I was at home, I was so focused on everything that like I sometimes forgot to just have fun with friends and people. So I think I was really doing that and I think that's really what I needed. So when I first go back to school, I'm probably gonna vlog like the first like week or something and just have it be like a really random vlog. As far as my birthday goes, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing for that yet because Sierra leaves for school August 16th and I probably won't celebrate my birthday on my actual birthday just because it's the day before I leave. And I'm really excited for this summer. So if you didn't know, this beach house that I go to, every summer for the past like, I don't know, I want to say 5-6 years, Sierra has come up with us. But this is the first summer that Emma is also coming with us. Not the same trip as Sierra, but Emma's gonna come. I think it's like sometime middle July. I can't remember the day. And I've really been trying to get a job. That has not been working out for me because I've applied literally 10 places and just like nobody's getting back to me, which is weird because everybody's supposed to be like urgently hiring. But then I apply and nothing. This is weird for me to film a video like this because normally me ranting like this is all the stuff that I cut out of a video. It's literally the whole point of this video, so we're gonna keep it real. Also, my freshman year, kind of crazy. I have some kind of crazy stories. I'll tell you this one story. There is this guy at school. He basically likes me. I ended up eating dinner with him because he was eating with one of my friends. And then he added me on Snapchat after dinner and didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, that's not weird. Like, he just wants to be friends. But then he sent a chat and I was like, okay. So I opened the chat and he said, respectfully, don't you have a boyfriend? No, sir. No, I don't have a boyfriend. Like, what the heck? First off, do I look like I have a boyfriend to you? I do not have a boyfriend. I have never had a boyfriend. Like, how? Like, what? How do you just, like, ask somebody that? I was just like, okay. I wrote him and I was like, no. But I also was not interested in him. Key part to the story. I'm not interested. And so I was like, no, whatever. And so he still, like, kept talking to me for, like, literally until I left school. So, like, a few months. And I was just like, okay. And so one night, it was literally 2 a.m. And I'm spending the night at Valentina's room. And he video calls me on Snapchat. And I'm like, and I'm like, do I pick it up? And Valentina's like, pick it up. Why not? Because if you didn't know, my whole thing is like for the plot, for the adventure. So she's like, for the plot. And I was like, okay, fair. So I pick it up and he's like, come outside, like to this building and like keep me on the video call. And I was like, okay. So of course I took Valentina with me because obviously I'm not going to go by myself. That would be crazy. So I go outside, whatever, and he tells me, look up at this building. He's on the freaking rooftop. And then on the video call, he shows me the entire view of our school from the top, which looked crazy cool, by the way. Like, honestly, if that was something I like, that would be really cool. But, like, that was something crazy that a guy did for me that I was like, whoa. But the view looks really sick of our school because I would never climb that building. I'm gonna tell you guys another story about a guy at school, but this one's like a little low-key creepy. There's this guy, I don't even know where to begin about him. Basically, I didn't really know that much about his existence, except that he was at this one party that I went to, but I didn't interact with him at all. It's just like one random night, literally. And he decides to add me on Snapchat. And like I said, I didn't really know who he was. So I was like, okay, I'll add him back for fun. I don't know. Because I didn't know that he wasn't such a great person. So I add him back, whatever, it's fine, we're Snapchatting. He answers like really freaking fast. And so I go for this walk one night around my school and I send him a picture just like of our school at night, right, because I'm walking. And then he sends me a picture of me outside his window. And I was like, yeah, that's a no. That's a big freaking no. That's freaky as heck. And so then I like stopped talking to him or whatever. But now like every time I see him, it's like really weird. You know what? We're just gonna keep the stories going because I'm kind of vibing with this. And I feel like this is like the number one FaceTime thing that I do. Like if you know me in real life, you know that I send talking Snapchats and I will call you all the time to tell you stories. So a lot of the times I spend the night with Valentina in her dorm room. I live in the apartments. So they're like kind of like the opposite side of the campus. It was just like another night that I was spending in her dorm room, whatever. And I wake up, she has to go to class. So I get up and I go to the bathroom. She has like a bathroom like in the hallway. And so I go to the bathroom, she's actually there. And I was like, oh hey. And I go in the stall, whatever. I come out and she's gone. So I was just like, okay, yeah, she left for class. And I didn't take anything to the bathroom because who takes stuff to the bathroom at like 7 in the morning? And so I try to go back to the room. She locked me out. I do not have a key. And I was like, in my pajamas, which were the freaking ugliest pajamas I've ever worn, by the way. It was like tie-dye sweatpants and like a different type of tie-dye shirt. It was really bad. And there's a reason they're my pajamas. And so I was like, oh no. I gotta go down 2 flights of stairs and go to security, which is really bad because on the first floor where everybody is, and it was in the morning. So everybody was like out and about for class. Because I couldn't text or anything because I didn't have my phone. And I couldn't go back to my apartment because I didn't have my keys. And so I was like, I have no choice. So I went downstairs, talked to security. They literally wouldn't let me in her room. Which, I mean, makes sense because they had no proof that like I should be in her room. So I had to like sit on this couch. It's like in the middle of the walkway. So everybody walking by could just see me like sitting there in my pajamas. Eventually someone came over and let me in. And I was like, thank God. I was not about to sit there forever and wait for the entire freaking school to come see me sitting in my pajamas. But that was like really bad. I didn't have anything with me. So now I always take my phone to the bathroom with me because Valentina, if you watch this, you scarred me for life. But it was really freaking funny now. But at the time, not so funny. Because they asked me, they're like, why don't you go like find her in the classroom? I'm like, I actually don't even know which building she's in. Like imagine me just showing up to her entire classroom and being like, can I have your keys? Like, in my pajamas. I'm like, I don't need to go embarrass myself, like, even more. Alright, I'm gonna put on some Aquaphor, and then my makeup is done. So that's gonna be it for this video. My makeup is done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was like a very different type of video for me. Like I said, normally when I like ramble and rant in videos, I cut it out because I'm like, nobody wants to hear that. So the fact that I got to sit here for like however long this video is and just like ramble and rant was kind of fun. So let me know if you guys want more like these, because I definitely have more stories, more stuff to say. I can talk forever basically. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.